Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Olamide Olaoba. I am your grad school advisor. If you are new to this channel, grad school advisor provide fully funded graduate school admission tips, graduate school sustainability advice, and postdoctoral career guidance. If you want to follow more on these tips, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I release new video. Today, I am glad to bring to you another edition of the Grad School Champion. And today I'll be talking to you about how a grad school champion has secured 3 fully funded PhD positions in the United States. I have with me today Mr. Kehinde Ayinde. Welcome, Mr. Ayinde.
Thank you very much. I'm very glad to be on this channel with you. Thank you very much.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be doing, I would like you to just introduce yourself to everyone. Tell us what you are currently doing.
Thank you very much. My name is Kehinde Ayinde. I'm a PhD student and a graduate research assistant at the Biochemistry, Biophysics, and Molecular Biology at Iowa State University, where I currently do research on signaling in actin cytoskeleton.
Wow, that's interesting. I just like you to talk about where all this started from. Just give us a synopsis of your academic journey.
My academic journey started from Nigeria, where I studied biochemistry at the Department of Biochemistry at Ladoke Arizona University of Technology, Bumasho. After studying my biochemistry, then I moved to Brazil at the University of Campinas, in Campinas, Brazil, where I got my master's in functional and molecular biology with biochemistry as my main focus. And from there, I moved down to the United States, where I'm currently studying my PhD program in biochemistry, biophysics, and molecular biology.
Wow, that's interesting. I'm aware the Brazilians speak Portuguese. Would you say you know how to speak some?
Yes, I still remember some Portuguese.
That's interesting. So, do you want to say
Yeah.
hi to your people in Brazil?
Olá, boa tarde. Meu nome é Kehinde Ayinde. Estou muito feliz para participar nessa entrevista no Grad School Advisor.
Oh, legal.
Obrigado,
Thank you so much.
obrigado.
I would just like us to move very quickly.
Okay.
You secured 3 fully funded PhD position in the United States. Are these funding the same type of funding or they are different from one
Okay, yeah.
another?
So they are different. I secured 2 types of funding in 3 different universities. First, I secured a graduate teaching assistant funding, and also I secured a graduate research assistant funding in 2 other universities.
What are the major differences between this type of funding?
Okay, so a graduate teaching assistant type of funding is that you'll be responsible to assist a professor in teaching an undergraduate level course to the undergraduate students of a department in which you are assigned to, and that will be the source of your funding. However, for the graduate research assistantship, you have to work as a researcher, a graduate researcher in the lab, in which you'll be responsible for developing and working towards publishing a scientific data from a particular laboratory, and you'll be funded throughout your entire study, trying to figure out how to develop a thesis to eventually finish through your PhD degree.
That's interesting. So, what are the name of these 3 universities?
Okay,
You
I'll
like?
start with the university I am currently in. I'm currently at Iowa State University. Also got funded for a research assistantship at University of North Carolina at Charlotte, and also I also got a teaching assistantship at the University of Iowa, the University of Ohio at Columbus.
Wow, that's very, very interesting. So, we are actually getting to a point. We're actually moving closer to a point. But before we just get to that point, we are going to be calling at some different questions before we finally arrive to the main question on how you secure this fully funded position. I know a lot of people are out there waiting patiently to see you talk about this. However, I would like you to just tell us how many schools you applied to.
Generally, I completed my applications to 7 universities in the United States during the application cycle. Yeah, I applied to
That's
7 universities.
Oh, that's interesting. So, it is this type of question is very important because we have a lot of people out there who think by applying to two universities they have already done some application. I want you to
Uh,
know that for the United States, it is quite an investment, especially if you are coming from a low income earning country where you have to pay some application fee. I know it is possible to secure waiver, but in an event where you have to pay this application fee, it may be quite a lot sometimes. So when such question comes, how many application is ideal per an application set? And my answer is always as much as you can. You can see this champion that we have with us. He actually applied to 7 universities and he secured 3 fully funded PhD position out of these 7 universities. Thank you, Mr.
yes.
Ayinde, for that. So how many schools invited you for interview out of these 7?
So I got interviews for 5 universities. 5 universities called me for interview.
So do you want to
Um,
tell us the 2 additional universities in addition to the
yes,
3 universities you got your funding from?
yes. So I got an interview and I interviewed with 3 professors from the University of Texas at Austin. I also interviewed with 4 professors from University of Minnesota.
That's interesting. How close do you think you were to getting admission into those 2 other universities where you were interviewed?
I would say I was pretty close. I was almost into those universities also. I remember vividly that I was put on a wait list at the University of Minnesota at Twin City, and I was, I I keep receiving mails from the coordinator that I am on a waiting list, and they will be willing to give me admission as soon as they have the vacancy, like as soon as they have the space for me. But eventually it didn't happen. Also at University of Texas Austin, I interviewed with 3 professors there, and I was close to getting an admission. And um, in fact, I had a professor who was very interested in my application, and he was fighting for me to be admitted into the program to the extent that she helped me review my application materials. She was always telling me what to do and preparing me for interviews and stuff like that. So I was also very close to getting admission into those universities.
Wow. That's interesting. So you could have gotten almost 5 admissions. The admission to grad school, especially PhD program, is very, very competitive. And if it is not even competitive, I'm aware that funding positions are very, very competitive. And you wouldn't
Yes,
have a lot of students getting these positions. Maybe per application cycle, only 5, 4, 5, or 6 students will be granted admission out of
yes.
hundreds of students that will put application through. Well, here we have you securing three in 3 different universities with fully funded position. I mean, it is incredible. Thank you for
Thank you.
sharing.
Thank you very much.
Yes, now we are finally at the main question of the day. You secure these fundings. What is it that you have done differently?
Yeah, so thank you very much. First of all, I would like to emphasize on preparedness. My applications were very strong applications because I was prepared. So what I think made my application strong, one of it is that I have a very good research background. As I said earlier, I had my bachelor's in biochemistry, Lautech, where I was involved in some research which was published. Also my master's, my master's degree in Brazil, it really gave me the opportunity to amass a lot of research experience, especially in the field in which I'm interested in, which is biochemistry and molecular biology, and also saw me publish a first author paper uh, with my master's thesis in a very good journal. And also, apart from that, I also had my SOP. I believe my SOP was a strong SOP because I didn't only write the SOP. I also borrowed ideas from my men. I made people who have experience see my SOP. I developed relationship with supervisors. I also cultivated the ability of like writing code emails to professors.
Wow. A lot of information, very useful ones, and I almost lost count. I'm sure that a lot of people out there can listen to how what you have done very differently from other people that make you presented an application that stands out during the application review process. So that's fascinating. I know that a relationship is important from what you have said. You also stress that you prepared so well. You talk about how your application material is enticing, your CV, and you particularly emphasize the importance of having experienced people check your SOP. So I
Yes.
believe a lot of people have gained one thing or the other from you, especially these points you have raised about what you did differently that made you secured three fully funded PhD offers in the United States.
So
So
it's very
if you are
important
not
to.
prepared, don't submit the application. The next question for you, now we know that you secure three fully funded PhD positions. I am curious, and I know a lot of people out there are curious. Why did you choose to attend Iowa State University?
Okay, that's a very interesting question because I was also in a state of dilemma when I got multiple offers. I need to convince myself that attending the best out of the offers I had. So there are so many things I considered, but finally I arrived at some important reasons why I chose Iowa State University. First of all, is that the school is a very great school, and the department in which I was admitted to it's a very great department when it comes to biochemistry, biophysics, and molecular biology. Departments just installed one of the few cryo-EM facility in the Midwest. The other universities I had admissions to didn't have a cryo-EM facility, and I know that it's a growing field, it's a growing technique in my field, and I'll benefit a lot from having an expertise in that cryo-EM facility. An interesting part of it also is I was enticed like monetarily because I was offered additional amount of money if I accept the admission. So I was
Wow,
offered price.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Like it was like a transactional um negotiation. Like the
Yeah.
you the let me say the program negotiated your acceptance, right?
Yes. Yeah, I was taking time. I was taking a lot of time before I could accept the offer. So I mean, they just threw some dollars
Few
at
dollars.
me. Yeah, I see if that will influence my decision, and I think it did. So
That's
yeah,
good. That's
yeah,
good. Wow. Thank you so much for honest and honest answers and wanting to share your history. I do appreciate your participation. So
you're
there are a lot
welcome.
of people out there, they have listened to your story and they are really inspired and they want to walk through your path. So how would you advise them?
Number one is that you have to be prepared. I've mentioned that today. Don't be shy to send out cold emails. You have to get a good application material, a very well formatted CV with the right information. You have to have good mentors, people who put you through this whole process. You have to build your portfolio. You have to improve your presence in the field. For example, the you have to like have publications. You have to be out there. People should know you through what you have written and what you have done. So, and publication is a very important aspect of showing yourself, showing that you can communicate science, and showing that you can communicate in any field that you find yourself. Also, I mentioned having mentor is very important to have mentors. Somebody who has passed through what you are willing to go through. Yeah,
Thank you so much for the advice.
you're welcome.
So much. I know you are helping a lot of people out there, and I am glad we invited you and you are able to join us. The last thing I will want you to do, I just want to ask if it is possible for people to connect with you directly, and if it is possible, how can they connect with you? So you can
Um,
just tell what's your names or your handles
yes,
are on different social media platform, and I will
yes.
definitely put the link below the
Okay.
video.
Yeah. So you can connect with me on Facebook, Kehinde Sulaiman Ayinde. Also on Instagram at Kenny_mighty. And also you can connect me on Twitter at Kenny_mighty17.
Thank you so much
Yo,
for your time, Mr. Ayinde. And we have come to the end of the video. Thank you everyone for watching. If you are yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, this is an avenue for you to do so. Hit the notification bell. You'll be notified each time I release new video. Thank you and see you in the next video.